Welcome to section 7.6. This is the 57th session of the CISSP exam prep series. In this session, we'll explore hybrid cryptography. We'll answer several questions. Why can't one type of cryptography do it all? How does hybrid cryptography combine the two approaches? And where do you actually see this in the real world? Why does this matter beyond the exam? Because nearly every secure connection you make quietly runs on this exact design. Every time a customer loads a checkout page and sends their card details, a hybrid handshake protects that exchange. As a professional, you configure and troubleshoot these connections constantly. Understanding why they blend two kinds of cryptography helps you reason about performance, key handling, and where the real protection lives. So why can't one type of cryptography do it all? Because each has a fatal weakness that the other fixes. Symmetric algorithms are fast, but they struggle with key distribution, since both parties must somehow already share the same secret. Asymmetric algorithms solve that distribution problem elegantly, but they are computationally heavy and slow. Picking one alone forces an uncomfortable trade between convenience and speed. You either get easy key sharing that crawls, or fast encryption that you cannot safely set up with a stranger. How does hybrid cryptography combine the two approaches? It uses each for the one job it does best. The two parties first open a connection using asymmetric cryptography, but only for a single purpose. They use it to exchange a freshly generated shared secret key called an ephemeral key. From that point on, they switch to a fast symmetric algorithm and use that ephemeral key for all the actual data. When the session ends, they throw the ephemeral key away and generate a new one next time. The clever part is that the expensive asymmetric step protects only a tiny amount of data, the key itself, while the speedy symmetric step carries the heavy load. Think of a courier using an armoured car just to deliver one house key, after which the family simply uses that key for the everyday door. Where do you actually see hybrid cryptography in the real world? The most familiar example is transport layer security, the protocol behind secure web traffic. When your browser connects to a protected site, it performs exactly this dance. Asymmetric cryptography sets up the connection and exchanges an ephemeral session key, and then symmetric cryptography encrypts the rest of the conversation. That is why the connection is both trustworthy to establish and fast to sustain. You will see this pattern again when we dig deeper into applied cryptography. So let's bring it together. No single approach wins on its own, because symmetric is fast but hard to key, while asymmetric keys easily but runs slow. Hybrid cryptography marries them, using asymmetric cryptography to safely exchange a short-lived ephemeral key, and then symmetric cryptography to move the bulk of the data quickly. Transport layer security is the everyday example living behind the web's secure lock. Grasp this blend, and the secure connections you manage stop feeling like magic. The MCQs covering all the topics and concepts from this session are available on RooCloud.com. Practice the chapter-specific MCQs before moving on to the next session. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or feedback, post a comment below or email us. I will see you in the next session.